Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. This is the Turbo Purifier, or what at least I call the Turbo Purifier. This is a solo T1 electric abyss fit for the Purifier, made to just do the sights really quickly. Now, it's got a lot less like survivability, you could say, than my classical Purifier fit, but in exchange, it has some nice application and damage. So, the difference here is that we're now using two target painters, as you can see. Two target painters that really help application a ton against these little frigates. Along with that, instead of using a speed rig, I removed the speed rig, I put a Tech 2 bayloading accelerator to amp up the DPS, and instead I reduced the Rigor catalyst to Tech 1, since anyway we're using two target painters. And we've obviously removed the cam battery as well. Because we removed the cam battery, we have enough resources to actually fit two 200mm autocannons. So before I was using 150mm autocannons, now I can use two 200mm autocannons. So we're doing more damage in that regard as well. And also a slight benefit is that these have a tiny bit more range as well than the 150mm ones. So overall, we're going to have better application, more DPS in our missiles and our turrets. So we're going to do some serious DPS right here. And looking with the Rage, we can even use Rage a lot more frequently here just because of the two target painters. So if we were to go here and use Rage, we will have 850 DPS. So this is not any polarized fit or anything like that. We're just going with like an all-out DPS fit here just to get as much DPS as we can get. Now you obviously have a bit of issues right here, so because of the capacity. The capacity is absolute crap right here. We are, however, cap stable in the electrical side without using this armor repair, so that's just something to keep in mind. But we are still not going to be able to use it at all for as long as without the cap battery, because with the cap battery we almost are able to use this all the time. Not able to, but almost are able to use it all the time. So I would say at least the cap battery fit that I usually use, like the classical fit that I use, is a lot more reliable, but this is more for the people who want to be brave, because you're going to do the completion times through the roof here. We're going to do this so fast, unless you obviously get crap waves that, or just unlucky waves that just take forever to kill. But still, frigate waves do go down pretty fast here, since the dual target painters really help a lot. So we're going to go here, grab some filaments, and head off into the abyss. One thing also is that I've got a synth crash booster activated as well. Going to further enhance our application. So we are going to really rock this T1 electrical site right here. Absolutely no mercy is going to be shown whatsoever. But we have to also remember that no mercy is going to be shown to us either, just because that we have a paper thin tank, and we have essentially the same amount of tank, but we are a tiny bit slower, combined with us also having less cap stability to be able to use it for a less amount of time. So we're going to get a bad time if we are having to use our armor repair for a long amount of time. However, I've done lots and lots of sites recently in this fit right here, and I've never really been held down long enough that I have cap issues that like I feel like I'm gonna die, because most stuff dies really quickly here when we're using the dual target painter fit. So overall, I would still say that this is a very good fit to do, but you need to know what you're doing at least, so you don't do silly mistakes, because I guess it's a lot less forgiving here when you don't have the ability to tank for an extended period of time. Okay, and then this obviously autocannon is just so nice, just going to be able to shoot stuff up that gets up close really good, and does obviously more damage than it when with the 150mm ones. So there's a blue cloud over there, perfect. Just gonna like one-shot these rogue drones when they go in the blue cloud. I don't think we'll one-shot them before, but you know, if we get lucky hits, could be a possibility. If we keep our vector up in their direction, sort of, can maybe do that. Let's see now. I really like this Turbo Purifier, is just so nice. You see that? 741, and that I think was just a standard shot. Even there's not even like a good hit, because with one target painter we can get these like good hits of 1000 in the rogue drones. That is so nice. Now they're going to probably be in the blue cloud. Now is probably when they're going to get popped instantly. Hopefully they get insta pop now, because they're in the blue cloud. Look at that. No, they did not. Okay, that was a crap shot right there. Look at that, 200 damage. I think even in the blue cloud, I think we need to keep our velocity up a little bit more. Oof, now he took a big hit right there. Let's go a little bit to the side. Another nice thing about the bayloading accelerator is that the torpedoes, they have a really crap reload time. Forever. It takes forever for them to reload. So, when I mean reload as in like a cycle between a new shot, and sometimes you just want to get another shot off. So that's why I think the bayloading accelerator is really nice, especially for missiles that have a very like long reload time, like light missiles, that kind of stuff. I used to always like the Calfaction Catalyst because they increase the damage per missile, and that's very good if you want to be like efficient. Like I felt like always just like, oh, why would I want to have a reload time when I waste more ammunition? Instead, just have each missile do more damage. But I've come to actually like the bayloading accelerator in general with missile ships that have long reload times, because you sort of like, you have this really long reload time that's reduced. So often if you want to like if you one-shot target something, you can switch targets very quickly, and that feels a lot more smoother, at least in my experience. Okay, there we go. We're basically two-shotting these guys like no issue whatsoever. Like, really nice. And you know, a good thing about the autocannon is that we can go here to this combinative cache and use our autocannons to shoot it without having to stop shooting the rogue drone. That's a really nice thing right there. And I'm pretty sure that the autocannon ammo is a lot cheaper than the torpedo ammo as well, so we're saving a bit of money too. Let's go here and grab this cache over here. 1.7 million, nothing spectacular. But something that I noticed is that with the Caldari Navy torpedoes, it's got better application to Charybdis Tyrannos than Rage torpedoes. But when you're using two target painters, it does actually become better to use the Rage torpedoes. However, I still use the Caldari Navies because, oh, funny how we're talking about Charybdis Tyrannos and we get exactly Charybdis Tyrannos, because it feels a lot smoother since the torpedoes travel a lot faster, and also it's got tiny bit more range, so we would have had to wait a few seconds before, and also reload them as well to get the Rage torpedoes, since they have since we would have to switch ammos and they travel a lot slower, so it would take a bit longer time. And to be honest, Charybdis Tyrannos die so fast anyway, I can't really be bothered. I don't think it's really worth the time to switch ammo types. However, it definitely is worth it in the Rogue Drone Overmind wave, because the Rogue Drone Overmind is a lot tankier than Charybdis Tyrannos, especially in the T1, because in T1 the Charybdis Tyrannos has basically no shields, just armor and just like just a tiny bit of structure, to be honest. So it anyway is not particularly tanky, so it's not really a DPS is needed there. It's more DPS is needed in the Rogue Drone Overmind, because that's still a pretty tanky wave. So let's go to the next site. So you see what I mean here? Like, we hardly take any damage at all. We kill stuff so quickly. We kite so well. So even though we're not as cap stable, it still doesn't matter too much. And in actuality, we just benefit from having the ability to kill stuff quicker. So that's one thing I really like about this. And some more rogue drones. Just pull range a little bit here. Start shooting these guys. There we go. Can maybe grab some extraction nodes on the way here while we kite these guys like a boss. Baiting these rogue drones to try to follow me. Man, the electrical abyss looks so nice. It feels like we're on like the planet of Neptune or something. The color, it reminds me a lot of it. Just doing two shots here. So nice. Two-shotting these guys. And grab those two nodes. Look, I wish I could just travel in the background here and to find some kind of mission agent or someone, or talk to some kind of alien civilization here. Just like, there's so much stuff in EVE that I wish there would exist, like kind of exploration, but it doesn't really exist. It feels so limited in some regard. Like, I don't understand why people in EVE or CCP doesn't implement more kind of aspects of exploration and cool stuff you can find by moving away, like traveling to different locations in your spaceship. Just doesn't feel so interactive in many ways. Like, the mission agents are so boring. I wish you could travel here in the background, maybe find some cool aliens to talk to. That would be so cool. Okay, let's shoot these guys here. Actually, no, I'm not saying CCP has not done a lot of hard work and a good job on what they've already done in EVE Online, but I just mean that I feel like there's so much stuff that could be added to EVE Online that they don't add. That there's so much more potential content that could have been added to the game that really doesn't exist. So we move to, oh, just popped in right there, like absolutely nothing. That, oh wait, we've got two more. I thought that was the last one. Okay, shoot this guy here, and we can maybe even use our autocannons because they're getting quite close. No, they seem to be pulling a bit of range. Can use this autocannon right here to go for this extraction node. That's one thing I love about the autocannons. You can just shoot these extraction nodes while you are actually gathering your loot. Really satisfying. And he is getting an autocannon range. He is getting an autocannon range. So we're hitting him actually with tiny little hits. Not much, but still something, you know, still something. And we can go towards this commutative cache right here. Grab it. And even then, he is barely able to hit me at all. Oof. Wasted. Wasted. That is just... This Turbo Purifier is just so good. And you know what? We're going to do another side as well just to show how fast this is. Just we did this in... Okay, it wasn't like amazing speed. Just a bit less than 7 minutes. Retribution could do this quite a bit faster. But you have to also take into consideration that we did have 2 frigate waves. And frigate waves are obviously not going to be the best when it comes to the Purifier, since we're not going to apply too well. And we also did spend a bit of time here grabbing this loot as well. Okay, let's exit here. Hopefully we don't get ganked. Abyssal gank is a common thing in T1 and T2 Abyss, or at least it's something that's not uncommon. Maybe not as common as the T5s, but definitely something that occurs. Let's exit this. Something to keep in mind is that these target pages, they do take a lot of capacitor, so deactivating them does like make our capacitor go up by quite a bit. It's really nice to see that just go up. Okay, have we got any gankers here? If there are, we're gonna torpedo him, but no, there's not. Okay, there's insta dock. I think still a ganker would probably be able to kill us, but hopefully if he does not catch us straight away, 2 volleys here will be able to kill a ganker pretty quickly. I don't think we'll have enough time to land 2 volleys though, because we have very little tank, but you can always hope, you know. You can always hope. Let's grab some more filaments. Grab some nice filaments. What kind of loot did we get? 4 million? Pretty average right there. Like one thing that's so good, because like, when you want to get solo T1s, you often need to have a lot of tank. But then you could also try to kite as well. And kiting really does help a lot, especially in these low tiers. Like when you get to higher tiers, kiting is not always the best strategy, because like you can get these angel waves that really will hammer you down. But like here, when we're just in T1s, the angel waves really, so like you can maybe get 1 Cinnabal and 1 Dramiel, or maybe like a 1 Cinnabal and 2 weak angel frigates, or like 3 Dramiels or something like that, and you can still kill them like relatively quickly as well. Especially since we're doing EM damage and this autocannon right here. So overall, have a very good time with kiting. Like you could think of the angels as sort of as like the anti-kiting wave, or the anti-kiting spawn that once is the bane of kiting ships, because they will almost always be able to get to you, and they'll almost always be able to web you and scram you. There are some exceptions though, because I think that if you use a Gamma and you put enough speed mods to it, you'll be able to avoid them actually, and you could actually use them to, since you're so fast anyway, even if you get scrammed, I believe you still will be able to jump out or pop out of range in a dark side. So I think a Gamma could be still a good kiting strategy. Now I haven't tested, but I was just theory crafting a few things, because you can actually go faster than these Dramiels with a Gamma if you put a couple of speed mods to it. Let's go into this site here, the Turbo Purifier. Let's wreck some scrubs. Ephialtes. What do they think they're gonna do? What do they seriously think they're gonna do against the Turbo Purifier? Now we have to be careful here. There's obviously a speed cloud here, and they got speed boosted towards us as well. So you want to be a little bit careful for that. It's going to be a lot more smoother here than the Manticore, because we look at that, so destroyed. Like we at least have a bit more EM resist, even though it's like a lot less because of the electrical site. It's still something. Instead of 0 that the Manticore has, so we'll have a lot better survivability against these Ephialtes, because they do a bit of EM damage, and I believe also the Lucid guys do as well. You see that they do EM. They do all damage types, but they do mostly EM. Okay, let's move towards this by a combinative cache. Super fast right there. Look at that. Like we've already popped almost the whole wave, and it's just been 1 minute. Let's go here. To be honest, what we could have done almost is just made our way towards this cache earlier, because how quickly we destroyed these guys. Oh, that application was really bad. Did you see that? Like, hardly anything. Oof, that application. What the hell is that application? That's like one of the worst applied shots I've ever seen. Come on, please get a lucky shot. There we go, good. Sometimes you can, maybe it was because he was an Tachyon cloud or something. Grab this loot and reload as well. Go to the next wave. Marshal is no issue whatsoever. Like, they do a lot of damage, and if you AFK they will kill you, but you just kill them faster than they kill you, so it's really no issue with the marshals. Especially since we got a quad LIF, that's an important factor. It makes the application they have to us a lot worse. Okay, let's see now. Skybreaker Disparu Troop. Attacker Pacify Disparu Troop is what we're going to probably want to go for first. They do more damage than the Skybreakers. So wreck him. He also has a lot good, very high speed, so he's able to get to us quickly. The Skybreakers are very easy to kite, to be honest. Okay. Wreck him. Look at that. What is that? Look at that application to them. So good. We're getting like these solid hits right there. And the Skybreakers are no issue at all. They really just have a 20, I think it's 15 or 20 kilometers, 17, I think it's 70 kilometer range they have. And they are like, we can keep range really well with them. Let's try to get some good application shots by matching the vector. Oh, look at that. Oh, don't want to go outside the boundary box. Oof, look at that hit right there. Just one-shotting their shields. Skybreaker, what do you think you're going to do here? Absolutely wrecked right there. Let's just do one volley right there. It was a bit of a waste of torpedoes to do this one volley here. But because we can actually split this and just use one torpedo launcher to be able to take out this adaptive cache over here. But just being a bit... I was a bit lazy right there. I should have done it. Okay, let's open this up. Open this, grab this, and we're too fast. I hate it. Did you see that? I was 2 kilometers away from him. I should have been able to grab it. It just sometimes is like that in Eve. Sometimes it's like that in Eve. Okay, go to the next wave. We're making some good time over here. Like that, good time. We've done this in 3.5 minutes. I would have liked to do it a bit faster, but you know, that's just the way it is. Turbo Purifier. Going to destroy some more abyssal entities. What is this? Ephialtes Watchman is the one we want to go for first, because he has actually some decent application to us if he gets in range, and does a lot more damage than the Lancer. Okay, let's sort of get a bit of an orbit going on right here. Hold down Q and double click is what I'm doing. Ooh, look at that, almost one-shotting his armor. Really nice. Yeah, what is that? You see that crap hit right there? Just suddenly just did a really bad hit. Hate it. Hate those stupid hits. You see that? Like Lucid Watchman, he's able to hit us pretty decently, even at this long range. Oh, and then we got a massive hit right there. Just lobbed him. Volleyed his face. Okay, let's make our way towards the combinative cache. Just to save time. One-shot at the shields. So here is like, look, we're taking damage, we're going into armor, so you can just get a bit of a feel here that how much capacity we have to spare. So we can still use a bit of a few armor cycles, but not a whole lot. And even then, we kill them so fast that it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So the Turbo Purifier is something I've been using a lot recently. The Cat Battery Purifier, the classical one I use, I would say is a lot more safe, but this is definitely faster if you know how to use this properly. This is at least what my go-to stealth bomber Abyss has been recently. So if you guys do decide to use this as well, I hope you have as much fun as I have using this, because it's just so satisfying to volley these guys with just a little frigate we've got going on right here. I mean, it's not a particularly expensive fit either, 70 million, and that's including the loot and everything we've got in here too. It's a pretty solid chip, I will say that. I've done a ton of sites before, and this is not like the first time I've done this. I've been using this fit for a couple of months now. Okay. It's just wrecked another abyssal site. so nice. I just like the appearance of this ship as well. Just getting good looking ships to do good things in Eve is always a nice experience. Okay. Turbo Purifier, blitzing T1 electrics super fast. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.